Community Development. Chair, this is an appreciation to this committee that ensure that the government allocates funds worth 30 billion for the construction of the Moi University Teaching Hospital. And this, we are grateful for that. Here on page 19, these are the proposed priorities. There is a correction on item number 9. The estimated cost is 90 billion. Here, the budget allocated is now 30 billion. That correction needs to be done.
So what should we correct here?
The middle, where there is a zero.
26, 27, should it 30?
It has to be 30 billion.
Okay.
And then where there is 90,
60.
it reduces to 60 billion now.
So I mean it goes on in the next 3 years.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. Request on table 10 before the committee, Chair. We need resources for salaries. The main block multi-purpose science laboratory, which we believe will really close the huge lecture space gap we're having currently. And then, of course, the renovation of Maniokolo. We began last financial year, rather this financial year. Our students are many in the uptake of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture and Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science and Natural Resources. And the Abizadi, where we are taking them for the recess term for 10 weeks, is saying we are now creating pressure on the resources. And that's why we are now taking the students to Maniokolo. We need resources. We also want to construct Faculty of Agriculture in that space at a cost of 32 billion. Here, the table 11 is items that we're supposed to respond to. The staffing gap has already been explained by the lead person. The store infrastructure, we have talked about them, the 3. The student welfare, we continue to receive government-sponsored students and pay them living out allowances. Land, we have title land, the main campus being fenced, the others are yet to be fenced. Research fund, Chair, we continue to receive research funds from GOU. We just need more, because like we explained last time in the BFP, once the additional wage of 5.2 billion was given to us, we had to look for resources from elsewhere to support the 10% NSSF. So our appeal is that in the future, when additional resources are allocated for wage, there should be a corresponding 10% NSSF, so that we do not.
So can we now go to prayer?
Chair, the prayers on page 24. I hand over to...
Now, Soroti University, can you walk around? Because it is now turning out to be very cold. As you wait for your people. Sure. Okay.
Maybe before prayer,
yes.
I want to say one thing, that in our last ranking last year of the universities in Africa, we were ranked number 29, but this year's ranking, we were ranked number 10.
Number 10.
And we want to come to number 3.
So number 10, we could say our 4.
Thank you. Okay. Chair, we have a set of 10 humble prayer that I would want to make on behalf of the Moi University. Chair and the committee. One, that an additional wage of 8.2 billion be given to us to recruit critical teaching staff to support provision of quality teaching,
Just
research and innovation.
raise your voice up for those.
We request additional 8.2 billion because as we speak now, we are 24% staffing, 308 out of 1,200 staffing that we need. We request 4.6 billion for the completion of administration block annex. Currently, administrations is being hosted in one of the faculty of technoscience, which is not very good for public university. We also request 2.3 billion for the completion of multipurpose health science laboratory, which has stalled for the 6 financial years. Here we request in the committee 2.7575 billion for the construction of modern ICT hub to enhance online teaching. Currently, we are being hosted again in Faculty of Technoscience on ICT issues. Here we request additional 0.9 billion to support the completion of the construction of mechanical workshop, which is aimed at enhancing youth skills and increase their employability as we transform life. Here we request 1.65.
Put up something right there. Go on.
Here we request 1.65 billion for the renovation and expansion of the university farm as indicated by the BASA to create conducive and adequate space for students learning, those in environment, faculty of environment, agriculture and environment. Here we request 2.55 billion for the renovation of the repurposed RP PTC at Moyo. This is where we want to house transferred engineering courses. And here we request humbly on committee 0.363 billion for procurement of essential laboratory equipment to support the increased health science research and training students. And here I must report that today the Faculty of Health Sciences is producing enormous output as far as research is concerned. And this could perhaps explain why we dropped from position 29 to 10 in less than 6 months.
Okay.
Here we request for 60 billion for the construction of the university teaching hospital. We want to have a good modern teaching hospital, and we compete with Soroti University. Here we need about 32 billion for the construction of the Faculty of Agriculture and Environment. Currently it's being housed in the Faculty of Technoscience, but we have over 400 hectares of land that we want to have the faculty and the training field. Chair, I submit.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we have Honorable Akech Okorimoy, the Lead Council?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and our guests. I want to thank Muni University for their presentation. I'm Janet Akech Okorimoy, Woman Member of Parliament for Abim District. Honorable Chair, would like to find out from Muni University, the committee requires a breakdown. Although you have tried to handle it disjointly in different pages, the committee requires a breakdown of the financial year 2026-2027 allocation showing wage, non-wage, and development budgets, and in comparison with that for financial year 2024/25 and financial year 2025/2026 half-year performance. Secondly, on academic performance, the committee wants to know the enrollment trends, you have tried to mention it briefly, the program accreditation status, and the graduation statistics for financial year 2024, 2025, and the targets for 2026, 2027. Thirdly, you have talked about infrastructure challenges, and the MPS also highlights inadequate development budget hampering quality education due to limited space. The committee would like to get information on the specific infrastructure gaps, bearing in mind the resource envelope, and also your plans and resource mobilization strategy to address some of these gaps. Lastly, from me, the committee also requires you to facilitate it with the, of course, the MPS indicates inadequate wage budget for additional staff recruitment. The committee wants to know, sorry, Mr. Chair. The committee would like to know your current staffing levels. You try to mention it in passing, but some of these things need documentation so that it guides the committee on its way forward. And the committee also wants to know how the financial year 2026-2027 allocation will address the critical vacancies. Those are the 4 concerns from my side, Mr. Chair. I hand over to you.
Thank you.
As my co.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Akech. So the other concern of this committee is that according to the policy statements, we are even grateful that Muni University is doing a lot of write-ups, okay? Seeking for grants, that is now in the off-budget support and grant writing. The committee is impressed, and all our members, if you compare it with other universities, for them, they have a plan of saying if they don't have accommodation for students, they partner up with, say, National Housing to put up a structure, and then they agree on who gets what. But when the accommodation is there, which is very good, and we appreciate. So here we are saying that this off-budget support projections and NTR projections of 26-27, which is 3.8 billion shillings indicated for research and innovation. We'd like to know that off-budget support along those lines. And then the additional allocations in financials 26-27, already we have the 30 billion, okay, for construction of a teaching hospital. However, the university still has a number of uncompleted projects, and those that need expansion to a tune of 11.1 billion as per the NBFP report of 26-27. So they need to be prudent that the university allocates the 11.1 billion for those funds towards completion of those projects, and the balance of 18.9 billion be allocated towards kickstarting construction of the university, the teaching hospital. That is the view that we're asking. That is given, but there's the other structure that has taken many years. And then the last one from this side, the National Budget Framework paper recommended, or recommendations by the committee. We will require you to update us on how these recommendations by the committee, when we considered your 26-27, to what extent have they been incorporated in your work plan for financial 26-27? One, the additional 4.5 billion for the completion of the main building. 2, the 6.1 billion for wage recruitment of critical staff. And 3, the 1.65 billion for the completion of and renovation of Madiokolo Farm. 4, the 2.55 billion for renovation of Erepi PTC. 5, the 2.259 billion for completion of the multi-purpose health science lab for all-inclusive office space, center lecture space, and conference facilities. 6, the 2.75 billion for a modern ICT hub. And lastly, the 32 billion for construction of Faculty of Agriculture and Environmental Science in Madiokolo. So if you have indicated them here in your write-up, just refers to the page and we refer. So that is the money.
Chair, about the program accreditation, I want to assure this committee that all our programs are accredited, the one we are running. However, we have been directed by the ministry and NIC to reaccredit all in line with competent base. And as we speak now, about half of our program we have already complied. And because we have been told by 2027, every program must be accredited for you to offer.
Yes.
And we are complying.
Okay.
But as we speak now, sometime back, I think around January, February, we were captured among other universities who are offering expired courses. I want to assure committee we are not offering any expired course.
Okay.
All our programs are fully accredited as we speak now. Graduation statistics, as by last graduation, 98% of the students that enrolled. It was an increment. We graduated a total of 481. 159 were females, which we are not yet happy with that number. Of course, the Dean of Students keep reminding us. Here, we received little money for research and innovation, about 1.2 billion. Like you have said, we have insisted now that the little money compared to Makere, which is over 40 billion, the 1.2 we give to junior researchers who are starting up. And we have tasked senior lecturers that you must, if you have a PhD, you must show course while you're in university. You must write grants and continue publishing as part of now recruitment. And therefore, even aside this 1.2 billion, which is little, which we are now allocating only to junior staff, senior staff must write grants and bring money. Because in our strategic plan, we are very ambitious. We are saying 20% of money we must get from, because we can't have PhD holders in the university without attracting grants. They are like professors who go hunting without spears. Doesn't make sense. Basa, you may add on a few things that.
Thank you so much. The first question was on a breakdown.
Professor, let this microphone go.
The breakdown of our MTEF in the 3 categories of wage, non-wage recurrent, and development. Members, this is when we open 3 pages, we get our ministerial policy table. There's a table 4.1.
Where do we start from? From page 1 or from page 3?
No, from where the chairperson signed, where the VC has signed.
Page 25.
From page 25.
Oh, yeah, that's prayer.
So when we open the 3 pages, access to the medium-term expenditure framework, where the budgets are being allocated as follows. The wage for 25-26 is 23 billion. The change is not significant. Non-wage recurrent, the change is insignificant as well, of about 200 million. For geo development, Chair, the increment is by 30 billion. As you can see, we have been having a budget of 3.7 billion, and this has now gone to 33.75 billion.
Okay.
Yeah. the specific infrastructure challenges, here we have space gap for laboratories because our programs such as the Bachelor of Medical Laboratory is transiting to now third year, and this creates space challenges.
Okay.
Bachelor of Statistics is moving to year 3, another challenge. Bachelor of Midwifery Science is moving to year 2, more challenges. Bachelor of Procurement is moving to year 3. Chair, our enrollment for the Bachelor of Business Administration jumped up by about 300%. We used to have 30 students. We admitted 156, and those who enrolled are 120. By the time these students transit to year 2 in August, they are going to their specialties. They will need 3 classrooms for accounting option.
Okay, that is noted. Move forward.
Okay. Chair, the recruitment plan is attached as part of the ministerial policy statement, together with the quarterly work plans. They are part of this attachment for each budget output.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Chair, maybe one on the, I didn't respond to her on the issue of the staffing of the university.
Staffing, yes.
Under table 8.2, we have given the current staffing and those that we need.
Okay, 8.2 table, yes, Madokolo.
Thank you, Chair. I want to appreciate Muni University for the presentation and committee for their interrogation. Chair, I just want to make an appeal to the committee, and the commissioner is here. Commissioner, I've been on this committee for the last 10 years, and we have been asking this 1.6 billion or for all this time to make sure at least we have this faculty of agriculture renovated. Up to now, this is not done. And I want to really request that if any other thing cannot be done, can this 1.6 at least be allocated? Commissioner, I lost my elections just in Okolo because of that university. Can you imagine losing just by 240 votes? And the sub-county where this faculty is never gave for me a single vote, in fact, because of this campus. But away from that, I think if we can do that, it will be good. And then,
the last one.
When you look at these other 3 prayers, prayer number 3, where they need only 2.3 billion, prayer number 6, where they only need 1.6 billion, and the prayer number 8, where they only need 363 million. Commissioner, can we have this? And these are very critical areas.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much, because you are leading council of another university, and now you are. So, Muni University and the ministry have had his cries, and I think that is how we are going to recommend. Muni University, thank you very much for your presentation, and we appreciate your innovation. We also appreciate that PPPP, and that's what other universities should do. As long as government will be funding, but if you are also being innovative enough to create resources, is the best way to go. So we wish you John Masses. Meetings are adjourned to adjourning to 2:30. 2:30 we come back. So Soroti 2:30 gets tuned.